And then, okay. Whew. All right. Welcome back to Garage Matters. Now today, if y'all caught me earlier, I was live streaming how to remove and install these two shocks. Let me show you guys what is going on with this 2025 Chevy SIlverado 2500 HD. Now, during my live stream, I removed the factory shock, the factory Ranchos, and replaced it with this aftermarket Bilstein 4600. And if you were watching my live stream, it took maybe about 28 minutes all in all to live stream this one side right here. But if you guys didn't catch my live stream, it's all right. I saved the passenger rear side for this video. Let me show you what's going on. Now, some of the things you're going to need is obviously you're going to need your new shock. For this 2500, since I've already ran these 4600s on my 2010 Nissan Frontier, I absolutely love the ride it provides on that Frontier. That's why I went ahead and purchased the 4600. And another main thing is that this truck is not lifted, nor will I be lifting it in the future. So that's two main reasons why I opted to go ahead and use the 4600. Now, initial comparisons with these two is that the Rancho does appear to be more beefier, and it does appear to be bigger as well too, as far as width. Take a look at that. We'll go over what tools we're going to need real quick first. We will need some kind of breaker bar or a backing wrench. In this case, I'm using a breaker bar with a 21mm socket, and you're going to need a 21mm wrench. And I like using the ratcheting heads right here because it's going to make it a whole lot easier once we're taking off these nuts and bolts from underneath the vehicle. Probably a good idea to have a good strong flashlight. And this is totally optional, not required. You can definitely do it with just these tools right here. But to make things faster, we are going to use this. Now, let's move on to the compression test. Okay, now that's kind of amazing. It seems like this bilstein did return back to normal the quickest, but I want to show you guys something. Now, this truck has about 4,200 miles on it, and this is a brand new shock right here. Can y'all hear that? You hear the fluid in there? Let me see what's going on with this one. Okay, you don't hear anything from this one. Now, I will say, maybe the reason why this one came up slower is because, take a look at this now. When I start to compress it, there's about 1 inch of travel where nothing happens. So I don't think that's normal. I think this one might be just bad from the manufacturer, or just driving around for 4,000 miles. It might just be bad because it doesn't come back up nice and smoothly. And that could explain why my truck just feels like crap when it's on the interstate. Check this out. I'm gonna compress it again. Look at that. About 1 inch of travel where it's not even dampened. And then when I push it down again, all right, all the way down, and let's see if it's gonna come back up nice and smooth. Okay, so It seemed like it came up pretty smooth that time. Let's try it again. Okay, so now, that was kind of weird. So now when I'm pressing down on it, that 1 inch of travel where nothing was happening is gone. That is really weird. Let me compress it all the way down again. Okay, this is all the way bottom out. Okay, maybe that resetted everything. Okay, now it feels like it's supposed to feel. As soon as I press down on it, there's no more play in here. That 1 inch of play is gone. Let's do this again with these bilsteins again. Let's try this again. This one is so firm that I can barely push it down, but we are gonna try. Okay. Okay. All the way bottom out. She's bottom all the way out. Alright. Nice and smooth. So much slower. And let me press it down. Oh yeah. As soon as you apply a little pressure on there, you can feel it's dampened. So it's not like this one. I don't know what was going on with this Rancho, but it seems like it's back to normal right now. But maybe that was why my truck was just feeling like crap. Let's go ahead and take that one off and see how that one feels as well too. It could just be a manufacturer defect, or it could just be that these Ranchos are pieces of crap. Now, alright, let me go show you guys the odometers so you guys don't think I'm making this up. Let's go take a look at this odometer real quick. Alright, so in here we have got, okay, 4,320 to 46, 4,346 miles on this truck. Now, this truck doesn't have a lot of mileage on it, nor use on those shocks at all. So really no excuse for those Ranchos to be acting the way they're acting, but it's all right. We've got these bilsteins, and we're gonna put these bilsteins on this truck. Let me show you where we're going. We're going to the passenger right side tire in the rear. Gonna come underneath here and locate this shock. Now, this is what we're working with. So again, we're just gonna take off this nut, remove this bolt from the bottom, and then come up here and remove this bolt from the head side right here, because on the nut side, this nut is a nut plate. It's not gonna move because it's welded onto the bracket. The only way to get this bolt off is to remove it from the head side. But don't worry, there's plenty of space in here where you can get a wrench back up in here to back out this bolt. Now let's go ahead and get started with the lower one. Now with this lower one, there's several different ways you can do it. Now obviously, you can use this 21 millimeter ratcheting wrench right here. And you would just, okay, so go counterclockwise. And what I'm doing right now is just pulling up on it. Okay, so, all right. And then it's gonna break it loose. Now the issue is, I'm trying to turn it, but if you look on the head side, what's going on with the head side? The head side is turning too. So what we wanna do is come back here use this socket right here. This is a 21mm socket. Hold it on the head side right here. So when we're loosening it, it is not turning. And we can just go like this. And this is gonna take a while to back it off, but when we go back to install it, I'm gonna use this impact wrench just to make things faster. It's gonna take about a good 5 minutes of just doing this. And it does take a little longer, but I'm just showing you guys that it is possible to do it by hand, and you don't need to bring it to the dealership, some shady third-party garage. You can do it yourself. Bam. Now, that didn't take too long, right? Alright. Got the nut removed now. Now, in order to get this bolt removed, next thing we gotta do is just, you can use like a rubber mallet to kind of just punch it out. It's not in there that tight. You could just use the palm of your hand and just kind of smack it, and it'll come right on out. So it's not really in there that hard. And then just gonna kind of wiggle it around until it comes out. Alright, and then you zoom out. Now with this bolt removed, this is just gonna come right on out, just like this, guys. Alright, and now it's extending. Alright, now let me reposition this camera so we can get up inside of here and I can show you what's going on. Alright guys, so I will do my best to show you guys what is going on up here. We gotta go counterclockwise, guys. So we're okay. Pull back. Alright. Now it's loose. This shock is just wiggling. And we didn't have to use the impact drill. Alright. Now, this is loose enough where I'm just using my fingers to thread this bolt right on out. And then here it comes. Alright. Here's that bolt. Left hand holding the bolt, right hand holding the shock right here. That way nothing comes crashing on us. And now this is just gonna slide right on out. Just like that. Now let's bring this over to the bench and just kind of compare this with the new one. See how it feels like. Alright guys, so we've got the rear passenger side out now. And this is what it looks like. And just doing like this. I don't know if y'all can hear it. Well, you can hear the fluid traveling back and forth. That might be normal, or not. It might just be for this shock in particular, but I notice with the bilsteins when I do this, I can't hear anything. Now, with the driver's side, when I first compressed it initially, there was about 1 inch of travel where it felt like it was just an air pocket in there, and nothing was dampened. It would stop for like 1 inch, and then I had to go past that 1 inch before it felt like it was actually being dampened. Let's try this one out and see if that's the case with this side as well. Okay, so just slightly pushing down on it. It feels like the entire shock through its travel is dampened. Okay, now let's compress it all the way. Okay, so that was pretty easy compared to the bilsteins. The bilsteins are super firm, and okay, so this one appears to be just fine. There's nothing leaking. It comes back up just perfectly fine, and I think this one's fine too. Yeah, this one's, it was weird. Oh, nope. Check that out. It's doing it again. Alright, so I don't know what is going on with this one. Look. See that? And hear that? It's about 1 inch of travel is just not dampened. This one doesn't do that. And this bilstein, definitely, you don't hear nothing in here moving. And check this out. Its whole range of travel is dampened. So there is probably something wrong with this one right here. Let's go ahead and put this bilstein on this truck. All right, so with our shock right here, we're just gonna line it up to this bracket right here. Grab our bolt and feed it through, just like this. Now once it's fed through, you can just kind of let it dangle like this and just slowly hand tighten it so nothing gets cross-threaded. And you don't want to tighten it all the way down just yet, because if you do, there's not going to be enough slack in this shock right here to line it up back here to the bottom bracket down here. So let's go ahead and just tighten this a little, but not too much. All right, that is good enough. Let me rotate this camera around so I can show you guys what's going on down here. Now we're ready to line up this shock right here with the bottom bracket right here. Now this is gonna be just a little tricky, because what we need to do is compress this shock right here to line up the mount holes. And then once they're all lined up, we'll stick this through here. So let me see if I can do this without blocking the camera angle. All right. And this is the sucky part about doing it one person. Okay, gotta push up and compress on it. And then, okay. Whew. All right. Hopefully we got that on camera, and if not, I am not doing that again. So take a look. Now we've got the bolt through the bracket, through the bottom mount. And now all we gotta do is just put the nut on here. And I'm just gonna go by hand. Now we're just gonna bring in this impact wrench, and then just go ahead and tighten down this nut down here. And that is probably good. Now one last check. Well, I just want to double check. Now up here, I'm gonna tighten this one up here as well, because I didn't tighten it all the way. So we'll put this wrench back up here. Tighten it up as well. Okay. And this is probably, okay, good. All right. And that is it. That is everything for this installation for these bilsteins right here. Now, all right, we've got the old ones out, and like they say, out with the old, in with the new. So let's take a look at the new. All right. So again, these were did live stream. I'll put the link in the description below if y'all want to see it live streamed. But yeah, these look really nice. Let's head over to the driver's side. All right, come over here. Take a look. All right. Okay. Now, here is the passenger side. Now, this job really only took me about 10 minutes on the passenger side. Probably would have took less than that if I was using the impact wrench the whole entire time. And if I wasn't recording this video, it probably would take maybe 10 minutes, maybe 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes per side. Now, you don't need to put this truck on a lift or a floor jack to do this job. You can do it in your driveway, you can do it in your home garage, and you can do it with just these basic tools. All you need, again, is just a 21 millimeter and a 21 millimeter socket. You don't even need to use this impact wrench right here. And that's all you need to get these old guys out and put these new bilsteins in this truck. Now, that's gonna do it this time for Garage Matters. It's kind of getting late, so I'm not gonna take this truck out to go do a test drive just yet. I will do another video on the front suspension. So the front Ranchos, I will do another video on them, and let me show you what's going on real quick. So for the fronts, it's gonna be super easy for us guys. Well, not super easy. It's gonna take a little bit more work, but it's still easy. We're just gonna take off this fender liner right here. 2 bolts on the top, one right here, and then take a look down here. Down here as well. Right here. Take this bolt out, 2 nuts on top. Take this bolt out, and then this is just gonna come right on out from over here. And there's no coil springs on here, so we don't have to worry about compressing any springs to separate this. And we don't have to jack up this vehicle at all. I'm pretty sure we can get to these bolts just by laying on the ground. Same thing up here as well too. So make sure y'all come back next time and watch that video as well. And then once I get all of these shocks replaced, I will do a review on them driving on the road to let you guys know how these shocks feel on this truck over here. I'm pretty sure it's gonna feel a whole lot better than these factory Ranchos right here. Now, that's gonna do it this time for Garage Matters. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and join us next time on Garage Matters.